So this is lesson 3 of my super condensed sprint version of my mini course, Get to the Root of Your Symptoms. My name is Aglaé Jacob, but you can call me AJ. I'm a non-diet dietitian, a heart and soul nutritionist, and a self-love guide. And I'm also the author of the book and cookbook, Digestive Health with Real Food. Um, so today we'll talk about another very important lesson that can be really, really helpful in helping you get to the root of your symptoms, whatever kind of health issues you're struggling with, because I think that for many of us suffering with different kind of health issues, the journey to healing really has a lot to do with going back to reconnecting with our own body. And I know that's maybe not the answer you're looking for, but it really is the path to healing. So one very simple way that you can do that and reconnect with your body is by, because it can be really confusing if you have health issues and you believe that certain foods or certain habits that you have may be contributing or worsening your symptoms. It might be really hard to tell because when we have an intolerance to certain foods, we may have a reaction as early as within the first 30 minutes of eating it, or as late as 48 to 72 hours later. So most of us, when we do feel unwell, we tend to go back and look at our last meal and try to look at what ingredient, what food in that meal could have been the cause of our symptoms right now, when it is not necessarily that meal that was problematic. It could have been the meal that we ate for breakfast or yesterday or 2 days ago. So that makes it very, very confusing. Not only that, but also because a lot of people, when they start experiencing symptoms, they will go on Dr. Google and look for, like, I don't know, eggplant and bloating or whatever food and whatever symptoms they're experiencing to see if there might be a link between those two things. And of course, there's just so many people, so much information out there, and it is almost impossible not to find a food and a symptom associated together, because everything can happen pretty much in this world. But what we want to go back to is go back to your body, and one very, very simple way to help you go back to the root of your symptom is by learning how to better activate your parasympathetic nervous system. That is the rest and digest and heal nervous system. So all of us pretty much spend most of our days in the sympathetic nervous system mode. So that is the fight or flight or freeze kind of response, that when we're on edge, we're wired, most of us may not even realize, may not feel stressed because it has become our new normal. But believe me, most of us spend our days and our lives under the sympathetic nervous system. So what we want to do, especially before meals, is to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Because if we do that, we're much more likely to better digest and better tolerate the food that we eat, and that to also be better connected to our body and better be able to tell whether a food is causing a reaction, or if we start experiencing symptoms, we'll be more connected to our body and better able to identify the cause of our symptom, which may be a food, or maybe, oh, well, yeah, right, I didn't sleep very well last night, or I'm under a lot more stress today than usual because something is happening at work or at home, or whatever. So being in parasympathetic nervous system mode really helps you to slow down and pause, and also even like have your intuition contribute better to you trying to identify what is working and what is not working when it comes to healing and you improving your symptoms and have a better life as a result of it. So how can you activate your parasympathetic nervous system? I would challenge you to do that before each of your meals, every time you eat. And first, make sure you sit down and that you have a relaxing space where you can have your meal, and then just take, it will only take 2 minutes, really. It doesn't take much more than that. But what you can do is just close your eyes or not, depending on how, what feels better to you, but take 4 square breath. So a square breath is when you count for 4 as you inhale, Then you pause for 4, and then exhale for 4, pause for 4. And you repeat that, as you see, that looks like a square, 4 times. And that is really, really powerful in activating your parasympathetic nervous system, which means you're going to digest better. You're going to be less likely to be reacting to any of the foods you're eating. And your body will be better able to use those nutrients for your healing, for you to have more energy and to feel so much better. So that's just one simple way that you can go to the root of your symptoms and start correcting those root cause, which can often be stress of some kind of having or living under our sympathetic nervous system mode most of our lives. So if you do that, I guarantee you'll feel a difference. So try that at every meal, 4 square breaths. Only takes 1 or 2 minutes, and it makes the world of a difference. So stay tuned tomorrow for lesson 4 of Get to the Root of Your Symptoms. Until then, have a great day. Take care.